Welcome, everyone, to the 2019 Waco Annual Charity Open here in Waco, Texas. This is the second Disc Golf Pro Tour event of the year, kicking it off at Brazos Park East, affectionately known as the Beast, known for its combination of open and wooded holes. I'm Sarah Hokom, and I'm joined in the studio by Texas native and four-time world champion Paige Pierce. Welcome, Paige.
Thank you. It's good to be back here close to home and on one of the courses I kind of grew up playing, so it's always fun to play tournaments here.
On the card, we have Paige Bjerkaas, Paige Pierce, myself, and Brianna Ainsley.
Yeah, this is my first time playing with Bree, so I'm excited to see what skill set she has.
Hole 1, start us off with a par 3, 291 feet. Got a gap off the tee, a sloping left to right, OB wall on the right, and OB sidewalk on the left.
I'm first on the box here, and I'm throwing my suspect. Didn't really matter what disc I threw there. I just early released it and went OB on the first shot of the tournament. So, we're going to have a little work to do after that. Paige is up next, and this is her Lucid X Maverick. She put a nice turn on it. It is hyzering out, but it's low enough that it's going to stay in bounds.
We're dealing with quite a tailwind here that definitely likes to hyzer things out.
Absolutely. And if you give it too much air, you're sailing over that sidewalk on the left side. I've seen it countless times. Hokom, in practice, you were talking to me about, should I go for the middle gap? Should I go around? Why did you make this decision here?
Well, the wind. I was not happy with the wind, so this is my resistor, and threw it pretty good.
Yeah, you got up there right on circle's edge, and honestly, anything with a putt is great, especially to start the tournament out.
Used to go wide here, but the trees have grown up and they've opened up that gap a bit in the middle, so it makes it a little bit more tasty up the gap.
Tasty. Bree's last on the box. I believe this might be her first feature card. Is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah, she was excited about it, I know. And this disc is her Katana, I believe. She hyzered out a little bit and will be OB as well, but she's quite a ways up there. She's about circle 2's edge. I left myself about 150-foot approach, and I'm grabbing my Classic Blend Marshall and just trying to get as close as possible. We really don't want to work with any putts today. As you can see, the wind is very prevalent. This is Bree. She's putting with a Passport, which is a full turn disc. She is currently unsponsored, and this girl has some game. So you're going to see a lot of variety of discs in her bag, and just watch the way she works them.
Quite a tailwind here, so I'm trying to actually putt a little bit low because a tailwind lifts my nose down push putt.
It's interesting. I never thought of that. And what are you putting with?
It's an ion, firm ion, electron firm ion.
Good height. I know you've been messing around with push and spin putt. What makes you decide to go back and forth between them? Like, in what instance are you going with the push putt?
Great putt by Paige. I'm push putting without wind all the time, and then spin putting mostly into headwinds and crosswinds.
And are you using that same putter for both putts?
No, I'm using a spin for spin putt.
Okay.
Nice clean up there.
Thank you.
Always tough to start the tournament with this much wind.
Yeah, look at that flag.
Shot.
Look at that flag blowing right at her face. It makes 15 footers feel like 25 to 30 footers.
It really does.
So Bree and I are gonna card bogeys, and the other two.
Paige with the birdie.
Yeah.
Bjerkaas starting it off with a nice birdie, and then I'm just tapping in a par.
So a lot can happen still, but it's really good to start with the birdie. And she will now take the box, Paige Bjerkaas, on hole 2.
Hole 2 is a 516-foot par 4. We're actually going from the tee pad you see right there rather than the longer tee pad in the back. This is one of 3 holes we play from a shorter tee. First shot, you want to throw basically a distance shot, however you like to do it. I'm going to throw up the left side. A lot of the backhand players will throw a stable flex up the right side, and then you leave yourself a couple hundred feet to approach a tapering green with OB all around it.
Paige is up first. As we said, she looks to be sizing up a flex shot with her Ballista Pro. She put a nice turn on it, but it's still got that hyzer out since it's got the tailwind. Only the danger there is too far left and you're going to skip over that sidewalk, but she got it down in time and going to have a relatively easy approach.
Here I'm throwing my flippy trace. Tailwind keeps it stable. Pushes it back to the center. I'm happy with where the lie is.
Really, I think it's the higher percentage play for the sidearm because you don't bring OB into play at all.
Yeah, it would be hard to go OB off of this tee.
I'm throwing my Bio Defender here. I'm just trying to go relatively flat and wide and just get down there as far as I can, leave myself with the shortest upshot as possible.
I got a lot of ground action.
It did. It skipped quite a bit more than I was anticipating. It didn't have that much skip in practice, but we also played in pretty wet conditions in practice. Bree up on the tee last. She looks to be lining up a slight anhyzer release as well.
That katana, it looks like.
Yeah, it got a lot of hyzer out at the end, but still safe, and she is going to be up first for the approach. She left herself quite a bit of distance to cover, so let's see if she can get up and down. Great correction. A lot flatter and a lot lower, so it was more direct. But unfortunately, it hit that puddle and stopped the progression on the skip. So she'll be just outside the circle, putting to get the birdie.
See how well she navigates Lake Waco. Here I am throwing a couple hundred feet with a neutron shock.
Nice trust. Put it out wide and let it skip in. Pretty easy tap in. Paige with her judge gets even closer.
Somebody's closer.
I am grabbing my deputy here. I was back and forth between sidearm and backhand. I decided the backhand was a better play, and then I hit that barrier tree right there and kicked myself out of bounds. I honestly didn't even look at that tree, but
Bree deciding to sacrifice the wet shoes to get a better look at her putt.
We'll see if it pays off. Wet feet. Got to make this putt count.
Passport.
Oh, she drains it. It's a great birdie. Offsets the bogey on hole 1. Back to even. And, a good amount of confidence going when you hit a 30-footer like that.
Oh, yeah.
I missed just a tiny bit low. The wind kind of scared me, if I'm being honest with you, and just didn't fully commit. So I'm going to walk away with a bogey here and hope to, pick things up a little bit in the next few holes. Nice birdies by Sarah and Paige. Walking over to hole 3.
Hole 2 offers a lot of birdies. We ended up getting 46% birdie rate on the field today. Many of those happening on this feature card. Hole 3, par 3, 294. This has quite a few trees to maneuver. It's kind of a choose-your-own-adventure kind of shot. You can take the straight shot up the gut. You can throw a hyzer that'll flip up, or you can throw the sidearm up the left side, a little bit tighter. So it's kind of, we'll see who will use your strengths and see what everybody does.
Absolutely. Paige is up first. She's looking like she's going wide hyzer. I believe this is her getaway. Fusion burst getaway, if I'm not mistaken. Throws it with a little bit of hyzer on the wide gap, and it's a great skip up towards the basket. She's going to be looking to connect on another birdie. Hokom with the backhand here. What disc is this?
That's a Vanish, Proton Vanish.
Looking to follow Paige's line, and she does. It's a little bit higher even, so it kind of clears that hill. And what are you about Circle's Edge?
Yep.
Yeah. Believe this is Bree's G-Star Firebird. She puts a little turn on it, but like a Firebird does, it's going to handle that turn and hyzer back. I'm last on the box, and I grab my Classic Blend Marshall. I usually go straight up the middle here, but another release error for me, this time a late release. I'm not too upset about this because it should be an easy up and down, and par is never bad, but I got to get my release point on before we get into those woods.
And you left yourself a tester there.
I did. I absolutely did, especially with that wind.
Just inside the circle, push putting to an elevated basket.
There's not as many elevated baskets at this one than there was at the Memorial.
Close, but no
barely
cigar. No
low.
cigar.
Barely low. What were the stats on this hole? How many birdies are we seeing?
Well, 21% birdie rate.
Okay.
It is actually the second easiest hole on the course for the ladies, at
Really?
at least how it played today.
I'm looking to save par here. Little high. Not happy at all with that one. Like Sarah said, left myself with the tester, and those are ones you gotta hit.
Yeah, those hurt for sure. I'm actually thinking the same thing right now for
Are
mine.
you?
And I didn't even leave myself a tester. Oh gosh, don't
Well, the
do that.
elevated basket also just, adds this mentality of, timidness almost.
Absolutely, yeah. You got to push through that and commit to the shot and the target. And early in the round, first round of a tournament, sometimes it's, tough to fill your putter.
Absolutely.
Paige with a tap-in birdie.
Tap in. Absolutely. She starts 3 for 3. So now we are headed into the woods, and she is at 3 under par. I've actually went 3 for 3 bogeys, so I'm 6 behind in a matter of 3 holes.
Ouch!
Yeah, I wasn't feeling too good, but I love the woods here at the Beast, and this is our first one.
Yes, so hole 4, par 4, 441, lots of fours there. The first shot is a slow turn to the left, and then you have a slow turn to the right, and then it's straight for about 100 feet to a basket with a drop-off behind it, which you can get in a little bit of trouble there with OB in the water on the back right. So this one has abundant challenges.
Absolutely. First step is to hit that gap. That lone tree in the middle, typically you want to go left of it, but you do see some players play the back door on the right side. But Paige early releases and will be looking at best case a par. There's no way to birdie it from where she just went.
Birdie with her passport, just throwing a approach putter.
Incredible lie. That's almost exactly where you want to be. Just anywhere in the fairway past that tree, and you have a chance to clear that corner. What are you throwing here?
This is a Neutron Theory. Flip up understable mid. Little bit early. I'm glad I got a little roll to the right.
Yeah, you can kind of step out and work something out of there. I'm throwing my Classic Blend Marshall again. I'm going to put a little bit of a hyzer on it and use the glide to my advantage and just hope it floats straight with that hyzer angle on it.
That looks good.
Yeah, that was exactly what I wanted, and then some. I got up there quite a bit farther than I even intended.
Bjerkaas just having to pitch out here. The woods here are super thick. You know, a lot of people will at first thought might try to flex a sidearm or get something really far around the corner, but in the end, being in the middle is going to save you strokes.
Absolutely.
This is a resistor. I'm trying to flex it, and I don't flex it. And
Just a click more on your wrist and you would have had it. I mean, it was a good speed and release.
Paige on her third shot.
Just right through the center
That
gap.
is buttery.
Absolutely. She's looking about circle 2's edge. She just gets up and down. It's an easy par. And honestly, on this hole, I think par is really, really good.
Brianna lining up the thumber. She told me she could get the birdie look here with this thumber, and she looks like she's going for it.
From that position?
Yeah, she said in practice she hit it
All
every
right.
time.
Let's see. I remember her saying after the shot that it slipped.
Yeah,
So
she
I think
actually told me she slipped.
Yeah.
Yep, it's
I
a
think
little
she
muddy.
was wanting it to be more left.
Yep.
I decided to go the inside gap and get aggressive, trying to get to the basket and give myself a putt. Go for a little Texas skip. And
Inside
I'm
the
about,
circle?
yeah, just inside the circle.
Always a great place to be for a birdie putt. Bree having to pitch out. She went and looked at where she wanted it to be and then pitched right out to her intended position. I am also in trouble here.
I went behind you and looked at your lie. You had a little gap, but you can't see the basket at all. you
No,
know?
and there's like no way to get to the basket. So I'm just trying to get myself in a position to get up and down on my next two.
Yeah.
And it worked out all right.
Yeah, it worked really well. All right, so this is Bree from her pitch out.
Fourth shot. Trying to get as close to the basket as possible here without going too far.
Yes,
'Cause there's
exactly.
that slope
If you sail
behind
the
it.
basket, not only do you have a tester coming back, but you also could be challenging the OB behind it. So she tickled some of those branches right there and slowed herself down. So she's not going to be looking at a very makeable putt. There's always a chance, but it's a rare one. Hokom just outside circle 2.
Definitely just trying to lay this up, put it in a good position to tap out. And good enough.
Yep. Paige just laid that one up. I was surprised she didn't give it at least a floaty bid. She loves those long putts.
For birdie.
I thought I made that putt. I really did. It was just about a half an inch short.
It looks solid out of your hand.
But I'm okay with the par, my first one of the round.
Brianna making a great putt for her double. It's a great way to kind of recollect yourself
Absolutely.
and make a big putt.
Minimize the damage, too. When you have an errant shot that goes in the woods, you pitch out, you just want to kind of clean up the hole and get out of there. Nice hit. We are on to hole 5.
Tap in time. Yeah, hole 4, this one's always a tough one, especially it's the first shot in the woods of the tournament. And we only actually had one birdie on that one, and that would be Kat. Got it on a different card. Over half the field was bogey or worse on it, so we're about right, according to the stats.
It's a really hard hole. If you get off the fairway, you're definitely getting a stroke worse than you intended.
On to hole 5, par 3, 264 feet, playing uphill with a lot of crazy woods on the right and a tight gap on the left. This is definitely playing more like 300 feet.
Yeah, you definitely want to stay in the middle of the fairway. Those 2 trees you see by the basket are a good aiming point. If you turn it or hyzer it, it doesn't really matter. Just anywhere on that top plateau is putting.
I thought this might go in.
Yeah, it was a really good release. I was really happy about that one. That was my proto gatekeeper. Just a really straight mid-range. Paige is up next. She had a good release point, but it was a little more turned than she would have liked, I think. And she's going to be in the bushes on the right side. I think she's still going to have makeable putt, but it's going to take a little bit of effort.
Here I'm lining up a Proton Insanity. I just put this in my bag the day before.
Oh, yeah? Let's see how it works. Nice.
Yeah.
Good straight flight with a little finish.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Nice. Got up there on the top and looking at about a 22 footer. Bree is up next. She releases it a little low and left, but she's going to get that skid and have
Pro
a
skip.
just outside the circle putt.
Yeah, pro skip there. I love her outfits. She always has a dress with leggings.
We got to get this girl logo on the back of there.
Mm-hmm. Whew. Yeah, she's got 6 different manufacturers in her bag right now.
And she's out on the road full time,
Yep.
making feature card vote. She got, I looked this up because I was just curious. She got 338 likes and 224 comments to get herself on the feature card. So obviously the disc golf community has her back, and, you know,
Time for a manufacturer to step up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so here's Paige trying to save her par, and she connects very solid. She's starting off really good.
Yeah. I mean, she had that bogey on 4, but, you know, she's still, those 3 birdies to start really put her on pace.
Absolutely. I'm lining up what I hope to be my first birdie of the round.
Yay!
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Got to get something going here.
Gosh, yeah, it feels good to get that first one.
Yeah, definitely. And Bree cleaning up as well. And we will head to one of the shorter holes on the course.
Yeah.
Hole 6.
Hole 5 is playing as it's a pretty good hole for the women. Several birdies on the day. Vanessa, Paige, of course, Kona, and Ms. Christina Lincecum, my favorite lefty. Hole 6. Up the gut, finishing right, down a hill. Paige is up first.
On this one, I am throwing my EMAC Truth. It's Moonshine Peter McBride edition. I don't put as much turn on it as I would have liked to, but it kind of hit that tree, and with the side slope on the left, hopefully it kind of rolled towards the basket. Paige is up next, and I believe this is just her judge. She's just trying to hit the gap. I'm not positive if she's going for the birdie, but I think she's just hoping to hit the gap and kind of see what happens, if it has enough glide on it or not.
Yeah, it looks to me like she's going for it, and it's just easy to hang it out a little wide when you're getting that turnover line. Here I'm lining up a shock.
Beautiful angle on that one. We obviously can't see the basket, but when it crests that hill on that angle, we're thinking, you know, you're well inside the bullseye.
Yeah, just get it down the gap. It's always a win there.
And last up is Bree. Looks to be a little bit high, hits a branch, but she kicks herself right in the middle of the fairway. She's going to be a little outside circle too, but, you know, she's got an open look, so we'll see what she can do.
Paige got some work to do here. This is a tricky shot down a hill, navigating the trees. Puts herself inside the circle.
Yeah, good
look
approach.
To save the par. Bree lining up that passport. Tough
She
one.
looks like she's right in between a putt and a throw. I was standing right behind her on this, and from the moment it left her hand,
A little flex.
you knew it was
That
in.
is good.
Such a good feeling, and look at her running it out.
Yeah, Bree showing why she's third in Circle 2 putting in all
about
of the
that
FPO.
smile. Look at that.
Here you are outside Circle 1.
Yes, a little outside. I have some low-hanging branches.
Downhill putt. Bang, bang.
Yeah, a little bit right side chains, but that veteran caught it, and I was very happy about that. Back-to-back birdies after that start was, starting to get back in the swing of it. Oof, that looked like it couldn't have been less than a centimeter low.
It was close. I wanted that one. Paige cleaning up her par.
Trying to save a par here. And that's a rare miss. I was very surprised to see that.
Yes.
But she had a little bit of leg room to work with that good start. But, you don't really want to be missing putts like that. It just kind of shakes your confidence a little. So we'll see if she can shake that off going into hole 7.
Bree and Paige with the birdies. Everybody within 2 strokes. Keeping it tight on the feature card. Hole 7, par 4, 462 feet. You get a Mando on the left, a tight gap out of the box, opens up to a landing zone where you can pretty much be anywhere, and then it goes into a tight gap with a valley you can see kind of this elevated green, sloping green with tight woods on either side for your approach shot, and it's very birdieable.
Very birdieable if you get through the gap. This is the first hole, I believe, with a Mando. So you just have to miss that, get through the gap. I'm throwing my suspect. And
was that a little early? Are you going
a little bit
all the
early?
Way down?
Yes, a little bit early, but it snuck through one of those secondary gaps. And really just anywhere in that field is good. Bree with her G-Star Firebird again kind of misses her line and is going to be left on the right side, which takes the birdie out of play, but she can absolutely par it from there still.
I'm lining up a neutron relay. Straight to flippy fairway driver.
Oof, that one was so pretty.
I really
to
like
get a
that
sidearm to fly like that, it's just amazing. Late flip with a hyzer flip. It's awesome. Paige is up next with her Lucidex Verdict.
Little yank.
That tree kind of slowed it down, though, and kind of kicked it to the left, which I would imagine, is going to be very excited about.
Yeah, and she's even she's got the birdie opportunity there.
Yeah, she definitely does.
Bree trying to recover, trying to get out into the open. She meant to turn that a little bit more. It kind of stalled out, but she's still got an open look to get up and down for par.
Mm-hmm. Paige now with the judge. Just on a super direct line right at the basket, and that is going to be a very good birdie to get. Bree got over there near the road. Like Sarah said, anywhere in the open is great, but if you're that far left, it's going to be more of a hyzer approach instead of straight on.
She probably needed something a little more stable there.
Yeah. Just hit and kick down, but if she's in that in the base of that valley down there, she still has a putt at it. This is such an easy approach.
Yank.
And I just overthought it, you know? I was in the best position I could have been in, and just late release.
I think you could use those same words here. I'm definitely overthinking this. And a little early release. Hey.
Dang, we should have combined forces there. This is one that I really want to touch on at Waco. It's one of the holes that combines the woods and the open. You know, it's like you play woods for 9 holes and open for 9 holes, but this one has kind of mixes the best of it.
Yeah, I love this course for that, for the mix of both types of golf.
So you're looking just outside the circle, right?
Yes, in the water. I've got my left foot in the water.
Yeah, I remember that. You pulled your pant leg up. We're really running that one. Just missed just a tiny bit low.
I feel pretty confident spin putting uphill.
Get there, girl.
That one, same story. Again, just a tiny bit low. So Paige will get the lone birdie here and get back on track. Great recovery after that last missed putt. You know, the confidence is not shaken, and she's ready to make some moves.
That was a headwind putt too. Headwind downhill. That's an easy one
with death behind it.
Yeah, for sure.
So Bree's gonna card a bogey, and we are going to be moving on to hole 8 now.
Paige joins 2 other ladies getting the birdie here, that being Ellen Widboom and Callie McMorrin.
Nice. Callie's first year on tour. young player. I think she's only about 17 years old. She's got some promise for sure.
Absolutely. Hole 8, par 3, 213 feet. Definitely one of the shortest holes on the course, but it's the shorter the hole, the tighter the gap. So gap is up the left side. It's really great for a straight shot. A lot of people are going to throw a putter. It'll also work for a sidearm, but you don't want it to fade too much because down that hill on the right side are trees that will block any kind of birdie putt.
Absolutely. I think this is one of the hardest gaps to hit, in my opinion. But Paige doesn't really seem to agree.
Gets through clean, has
Straight
a
through.
just edge of the circle putt from deep.
That is not the gap I was going for, I will admit to you guys. Another late release. But I kind of got about halfway down there, so, I'll see if it's something I think about running or not. You threw an amazing turnover.
Ooh, it's supposed to be flat.
Was it supposed to be flat? Okay.
And
see, that's a benefit to having you commentate because we didn't know that.
yeah, and Bree also going with the sidearm, Team Lefty.
So I kicked over here and did not have a look at all. So I'm just going to pitch up and not even mess with that hill that Hokom just referenced. Bree from a little outside the circle. She decides to go hyzer around and try to drop one in.
I like that play with the side hill.
Yeah, definitely. Actually asked her why that way, because you couldn't see the gap. You couldn't see the basket from that way.
Bjerkaas jamming putts for birdie. Feeling her stroke.
Yes,
that
she
one little
is.
miss is definitely not shaking her at this
Not
point.
at all.
I'm push putting here from a low stance, and yeah.
You also had branches in your face, I saw.
Yeah. I
Made
had to
you kind of release it low. Yeah.
Yeah, I should have probably spin putted that.
I have about 16 to 18 footer to save par.
No problem.
And Hokom will tap out as well as Bree. And in my opinion, we are headed to the hardest hole on this course. The hardest wooded hole on the course. What do the stats say?
Well, it does say it is the second hardest.
Okay.
We'll get to the hardest one here in a few minutes.
Okay. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for this.
But for now, Paige is 3 under.
She is separating herself from the card at the moment.
Birdies tend to do that.
Oh, yeah. Is that how it works?
Yeah, I think so. Birdies are good.
Okay. We'll have to take a note out of her playbook. Hole 9, second hardest hole on the course. 519. This one is you have to make some decisions off the tee, whether you want to go for a driver shot, usually a fairway driver, or you want to try to just lay up and then kind of get more aggressive on your second shot. You're kind of going, it's straight with a slight turn to the right, and then you're turning to the left, and then you're turning back to the right, almost in a horseshoe way to get back up to an elevated green.
Paige is up first, and she throws her judge, just absolutely crushes it down the center. She's a little bit right, but she got down there far enough that she can place her second shot right where she wants. I loved my release, just about 2 inches too high and got knocked straight down.
That branch
Pretty
is
early.
definitely in the way for a turnover.
Yes, it is. Hokom, nice sidearm. What speed disc is that?
That's a putter. It's an,
Putter, okay.
an Envy, a Glow Envy. Well,
Okay.
Eclipse Envy, excuse me.
Nice. And Bree, I believe she is throwing her drifter here. It is a full turn disc. That is a fairway driver. It gets a little bit of hyzer finish at the end, and she's going to be kind of pinched on the side over there. But it being a par 5, you still have 4 chances to get up to the basket and save your par. For me, I'm trying to throw my EMAC Truth with a little turn and just drift it into the fairway, but I don't commit to the angle fully, and it kind of drifts out to the right.
Throwing a shock, trying to get around the corner, catch a little lettuce, and I'm a little short. I'm going to be pinched
Still
on
got
that
down
right
to the
side.
bowl, though, you know? You want to be in the center of the bowl for sure.
Or even left.
Yes.
You definitely don't want to be right.
Yes. So I had a little to nothing right there. Thorns in my legs and no look at even where I wanted to be. So I just pitched out.
Paige with the sidearm. Also a little bit right. She's going to be pinched to get around the corner there.
That is not where you want to be. You just, it automatically takes a stroke away.
Nice.
So I throw a sidearm out. I'm left on the left side. We'll see what happens when I get up there.
Bree with a sidearm as well. Is this a sidearm hole?
I think it is. On the approach, I really do think it is. Here's her G-Star Firebird again. She's going high and wide and letting it drift. And she's kind of at the mouth, but she can't really make that putt. So she's just hoping to get up and down from there.
Really pinched, full spread, full step out. Ooh.
Hit a tree and kicked left. There is actually OB over there under that bridge. And when she threw that, we were questioning if it was OB or not, because that bridge does come into play if you kick over that direction. That was a great approach.
Thank you.
I'm throwing my suspect here, just nice and soft, and letting it just drift over towards the basket.
Little tester there with those bushes.
Yes.
Bree sidearm again with the Berg. She told me that's the Firebird of putters.
So Paige did end up staying safe, but still has a little work to do to get up and down.
Really tricky approach here. That whole right side is rough.
She made it work.
Yeah,
she got up there.
She really did. Now a 15-footer that after my putting so far feels like a 30-footer.
But you connect on it right in the center.
Yay.
That should be a little confidence boost going into the back nine.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Good, and here we go with Bree. See if she can connect here.
Has her Marshall for those shorter putts. Solid.
Boom.
She's got a great putt.
Yeah, she does. And she has a really confident stroke, you know, whether it's her drive, her approach, or her putt. She knows what she's doing out there, and I think that's refreshing to see.
Yeah, a lady without a commitment issue.
Yeah, nice.
You know, like that.
And Paige is finishing out the front nine really hot. I mean, this girl's playing really good golf right now. I know she got 7th place at the Memorial, but she just came off a huge national tour victory, which was her first one of the year, and she's putting herself in a good position to potentially have a Pro Tour win.
Absolutely.
I know it's only front nine, but she's looking really solid right now.
Speaking of which, committing to that turnover putter, watching it fly, and that concludes our front nine. Paige Bjerkaas coming out in front.
Stay tuned to the back nine to see how the rest of the round shakes up. Thank you to the Pro Tour for the coverage and for having us.
Yeah, we'll have a couple more woods, and then we'll be back in the open. See you on the back.